Hello everyone and welcome to Of God in Mind, and I'm here today to bring you another daily news segment. So the big news today is that 86 of the kidnapped Chibook girls from Nigeria, the schoolgirls who were kidnapped by Boko Haram, have been released. Um, this comes as part of a deal between the government and Boko Haram for releasing suspects of the government releasing people suspected of being in league with Boko Haram over to them in exchange for the girls. There's still around 100 of the girls still kidnapped by Boko Haram, but given that they kidnapped 276 to begin with, it's good that so many of them are home at the moment. Right, the other news today is on Monday, Iran's Chief of Army Staff, Major General Mohammad Bagheri, warned Pakistan that if Pakistan does not start controlling the cross-border camps and the attacks coming from across the Pakistan border into Iran by the Jaish-ul-Adl terrorist group, that Iran may take efforts into its own hand and strike those bases itself. So the quote is, "Unfortunately, Iran's eastern border regions with Pakistan have become a safe haven for training and equipping terrorists recruited by Saudi Arabia and supported by the United States. We will not tolerate this situation in the joint borders and expect the Pakistani officials to show responsibility, control their borders, arrest terrorists, and shut down outlaw bases. If continued, we will hit the terrorists' safe havens anywhere they are," he added. So obviously his claims that they are recruited by Saudi and supported by the United States are a little bit of conjecture. The situation is not ever that neat. But just earlier this month, 10 Iranian guards were killed from across the border with long-range weapons by this group, which is affiliated with Al-Qaeda. They have a similar ideology, being Sunni Muslim insurgent groups, except this group is in a lot of ways more Iranian rebels. They're a lot less focused on a pan-Islamic empire like Al-Qaeda, but in a lot of ways are rebels against the Iranian regime and believe that their Sunni interpretation is correct and not the current one in Iran. It's a complicated situation, but you can sort of see both sides. Obviously, Iran cannot really tolerate continual attacks on its borders from within another country that is not doing anything to do against it. But also on the Pakistan side, even without the sort of even with the control and the resources to go and easily strike down these bases, which is not easy, as you can see from US attempts to do similar things in Afghanistan. But even if it had those, it's a little complicated to strike down and arrest rebel groups that are citizens of your country and not doing anything within your country. It starts becoming a bit of a complicated situation. Not that that means they should not do anything, and these people are still killing other people, but you can see how it gets a bit more complicated. And in the other news, it's been 10 years since the alarm was raised over the vanishing of the bees in the United States, when beekeepers realized that... sorry, it's really hot without a fan. Beekeepers realized that a whole bunch of their stock was vanishing, and this led to similar discoveries all around the world, that we are losing a lot of bees around the world, which is a really bad thing because bees are very important for pollinating both wild plants and our agricultural plants. So it's not just a problem that affects honey. 10 years on, that's still going on, but we are understanding a bit more why. The only trouble with that is understanding that the why is actually a whole bunch of different things the bees have to deal with. Bees, one of the big ones is a species of mite that affects the brain of the bees, the Virifera mite? Yeah, Virifera destructor mite. But basically bees have a very high energy lifestyle with not a whole lot of spare energy, so anything that goes wrong with them and their senses that makes it hard for them to find their their plentiful food source that doesn't give them much food at each go and bring it back to the hive, can easily cause them to become lost and die out, and hives to just take massive losses and even vanish entirely. And a variety of things have been found to contribute to this, such as pesticides, various other infections and pests. The aforementioned mite is probably one of the bigger ones, and even just general agriculture and deforestation itself, making it harder for the bees to find suitable plants to get nectar from. So we're still working on solving that problem 10 years on, but at least we know there's a problem now. Anyway, that's all for today. See you all next time.